So I'm first going to start by priming my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, the original one. And this is just going to help your eyeshadow stay all day and look as vibrant as possible. And then to let your eyeshadow primer set, what you can do is do your eyebrows for now. I'm just going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown. And I'm going to use the spoolie side to just brush them out. And then what I like to do at this point is just take the spoolie side of my brow wiz and then just brush out the front of the eyebrow just to blend the pencil and to make it look more natural. I don't like to do it too much on the middle and the end of the eyebrow because then it tends to remove a lot of the product, but I will do like a quick swipe over them, but otherwise I just like to keep it in the front. I'm just going to use the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush for now. I'm going to take the shade Truth from the Urban Decay Vice palette, and it's basically like a nude, matte nude color. And so I'm just going to use this to set the primer and also give us a base to work with. And it'll help the eyeshadow blend a lot easier. I think I'm just going to start with the crease. So I'm going to take my Sigma Tapered Blending E35 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Undone from the palette, and then I'm just going to apply that into the crease. I'm going to take the Sephora blending brush, which is just a little bit more dense, and I'm going to take the darker shade, the darker crease shade. It's called Downfall. I'm going to apply that more precisely into the crease. And just to blend even more, I'm just going to go back with the Sigma Tapered Blending brush. And I'm not going to put any additional products. I'm just going to use this brush to blend it out even more. Because the key with eyeshadow, especially dark eyeshadows, is just to keep blending it out. So I'm just going to take an e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush, and I'm going to take the shade Freeze from the palette and tap off the excess, and I'm just going to apply that right onto my lid. And so what I'm going to do now is just take this shade a little bit higher onto the crease, just so it kind of meets with the crease colors we have and there's no gap in between those two colors. And it also makes your lid look bigger. Now I'm just going to go back to the Sephora blending brush and take the shade Downfall again and reapply it onto the crease, just to deepen up the look again, because we may have lost some color. So I'm going to take the shade Truth onto a travel size Sephora smudge brush. I'm going to apply this onto my brow bone highlight, or as a brow bone highlight. So I'm back and I've done my foundation, my concealer, bronzer, blush, highlight, all that stuff. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do my lower lash line, finish my eyes, and then I'm going to do my lips. So I'm going to take my Sigma Pencil E30 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Downfall and just apply that onto the lower lash line. Not sure exactly where this is from, but it's basically just a flat definer brush. I'm going to take the shade Heroin, which is like a navy color, and I think that's just going to add a little bit to the look. And I think I'm going to go back into the pencil brush I just used with the shade Undone, or maybe not even add any additional color, and I'm just going to blend that color out just to make it a little more smoky. And if you'd like, you can just add a little bit more Downfall. So that's a really nice way to give it a little bit more pop of color instead of using a black or a dark brown. Okay, Louis Purple, I don't even know which one it is. And then what I'll do next is take the shade Last Sin. I'm going to take it on my e.l.f. Professional Eye Crease Brush. And I'm going to apply that right into the inner corner of the eyes to give it a really pretty pop. And then I think I'm just going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Base 2 in the waterline, just to brighten everything up rather than using a black. And then what's missing from this look is some mascara, so I'm going to take my Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara, which is one of my favorites for the top lashes. And I don't really use falsies, so I'm just gonna apply as many coats as possible. And if you guys like to use falsies, you can apply just one coat to prep them for falsies, and then just go ahead and go in with your falsies. I say falsies a lot. And then just to thicken my lashes, a little trick I like to do is take my L'Oreal Voluminous Moldering Eyeliner, just a black eyeliner, and apply it onto the upper lash line or waterline. And so that way you don't have to leave it bare, and it kind of makes it a little bit more thick in, what's the word? Gonna thicken like the root of the lashes, or the base. And if you want to deepen the look, you could apply, again, like I said earlier, like a black shadow to the outer V, just to make it more nighttime appropriate, but I think it looks good right now. I'm just gonna powder up. Looking a little bit oily there. Okay, so now onto the lips. I don't really have a coral lip liner, so I'm just going to use my NYX lip liner in Nude, and I'm going to outline my lips. If any of you guys watch Manny MUA, he inspires me to overline the shit out of my lips. Okay, so I'm now going to use my Gerard Cosmetics lipstick in Tequila Sunrise. If you guys don't have this and it's a little too pricey for you, I found a dupe, NYX Haute Melon lipstick. Looks very, very similar, kind of. It's a little bit more corally, but I'm just going to go ahead and use my Gerard Cosmetics lipstick and apply that all over the lips. And this is a matte lipstick, so I try, instead of just going like this, it's going to get that all in the crease, in the creases, or it's going to crease. I don't know what I'm saying. Instead, I like to just kind of tap it. And then to make it look a little bit more corally, I'm going to use the NYX Butter Gloss in Peach Cobbler. Not only corally, but also just to give it a little bit of shine, because this is a matte lipstick. And there is your final look.